The umbrella was like a flower, a great blue flower that had sprung up on the dry brown hillside. Welcome to the Bookbibuli podcast. In exchange for her lucky leopard's claw pendant, Binya acquires a beautiful blue umbrella that makes her the envy of everyone in the village, especially Ram Bharosa, the shopkeeper. It is the prettiest umbrella in the whole village, and she carries it everywhere she goes. The Blue Umbrella is a short and humorous novella set in the hills of Garhwal. Written in simple yet witty language, it captures life in a village where ordinary characters become heroic and others find opportunities to redeem themselves. And we have an extraordinary little reader, Kyra, who will talk about this book. Hello, Kyra.
Namaste, my friends. My name is Kyra Sehgal, and I am super excited to talk to you today. But first, I am going to tell you a little bit about myself and what I love to do. I'm 8 years old and I live in Gurgaon with my family. I study in the 3rd grade at the Sri Ram School Aravali. I love spending time with my friends and learning new things. I'm learning vocal Hindustani classical from Gandharv Mahavidyalaya. Apart from singing, it gives me immense happiness when I sit with my sketchbook and color pencils. I also have a keen interest and aptitude for playing tennis, which keeps me active. I have done a few musical theatres. My favorite character I played was of Ursula in the Little Mermaid story. And lastly, I absolutely love to read new storybooks, which has amazing illustrations.
Wow, Kyra. Classical music, drawing, painting, tennis, reading. So many things that you do. Now that we have talked about Kyra, what do you say? Shall we talk about Binya? Tell us about Binya's personality and her desires.
In the blue umbrella, Binya is a young, curious girl who lives in a Himalayan village. She is captivated by the beauty of a vibrant blue umbrella, which becomes her prized possession and a symbol of her innocent dreams and desires. Though shy, Binya has a strong sense of self and is drawn to simple, beautiful things. She values nature and freedom, often exploring her mountainous surroundings. Her kindness and empathy are evident when she eventually forgives Ram Bharosa despite his jealousy driven attempt to steal the umbrella. Binya's character reflects innocence, compassion, and maturity beyond her years.
Yes, she is compassionate and empathetic. But there is another protagonist to the story who is neither compassionate nor empathetic, Ram Bharosa. And they have a relationship. So why don't you describe the relationship between Binya and Ram Bharosa? And how does it evolve throughout the story?
In the blue umbrella, Binya and Ram Bharosa share a complex relationship rooted in mutual curiosity and material desire. Ram Bharosa, an older shopkeeper, initially admires Binya's blue umbrella, which he envies as it attracts customers to his shop. His envy grows, leading him to try and possess the umbrella, even manipulating a young boy to steal it. This act strains their relationship, exposing his greed and Binya's disillusionment. However, when Binya ultimately gifts him the umbrella, Ram Bharosa feels shame and gratitude, leading to personal growth and a deeper bond of respect and understanding between them.
That was a lovely gesture by Binya. But why do you think Binya eventually gave her umbrella to Ram Bharosa? It does say a certain something about her character.
Binya eventually gives her prized umbrella to Ram Bharosa as an act of forgiveness and compassion. Despite his earlier envy and attempt to steal it, she recognizes his remorse and offers him a chance at redemption. This action highlights Binya's maturity, kindness, and generosity, showing her willingness to let go of personal desires for the happiness of others. By gifting the umbrella, she demonstrates an understanding of the value of empathy over material possessions, reflecting her growth throughout the story. Her gesture transforms the relationship, showing her as wise beyond her years and deeply human.
Tell us, how does the story address the themes of kindness and forgiveness? And are there specific moments that stand out as examples of these themes?
The Blue Umbrella by Ruskin Bond centers on kindness and forgiveness, illustrating how empathy can mend relationships and foster personal growth. A key moment reflecting this is when Binya forgives Ram Bharosa by gifting him her cherished umbrella. Despite his jealousy and attempted theft, Binya's act of generosity shows her understanding and capacity for compassion. Another instance is Ram Bharosa's transformation. Feeling remorse after Binya's gesture, he softens and becomes more considerate. These acts reveal that kindness and forgiveness can bridge divides and change hearts, illustrating the story's message that empathy often outweighs material desires or grudges.
That is true. Empathy does outweigh grudges, which is a very important lesson to learn. But apart from this one, there are other lessons which are there in this book. Which lessons do you think young readers can learn from Binya's actions and her decisions?
Young readers can learn several valuable lessons from Binya's actions in the Blue Umbrella. First, Binya teaches the importance of empathy and forgiveness. Despite Ram Bharosa's envy and wrongdoing, she forgives him by giving him her beloved umbrella, showing that kindness can overcome resentment. Her willingness to let go of something she values also demonstrates that relationships and compassion are more meaningful than material possessions. Lastly, her maturity in handling disappointment and her ability to prioritize others' happiness over her own desires provide young readers with a model of selflessness, resilience, and emotional growth.
Sorry, Kyra, can I speak to your mom for a minute? I want to ask your mom something. Hello, Niharika. What do you think of the North Star program for inculcating the love for reading? And do you think Kyra has been positively influenced by it?
The North Star program by Bookbibuli has helped my daughter Kyra become a better and more enthusiastic reader. One can choose stories that match your interests and reading level, making the experience even more enjoyable. Alongside the books, there are podcasts that explore the stories in more depth. These podcasts discuss characters, plots, and sometimes feature authors sharing their thoughts or telling the story in a way that feels magical. There's also a blog where you can write about what you loved, found interesting, or how the story made you feel, and connect with other readers who've read the same book. The North Star program is a wonderful way to develop a deeper love for reading, allowing you to learn, share, and grow. I would like to thank Miss Richa for giving an opportunity to Kyra to participate in her podcast to share an in depth review on the story.
Thanks, Niharika. Now back to Kyra and the book. Perspective is everything, folks. And keeping that in mind, I think it's time that Kyra should tell us whether Ram Bharosa is a bad character. And how does he change by the end of the story?
Ram Bharosa isn't inherently a bad character in the Blue Umbrella. Rather, he's a flawed, relatable individual driven by envy and greed. His desire to possess Binya's beautiful umbrella leads him to act selfishly, even resorting to deceit. However, he is not malicious. His actions stem from his own insecurities and desire for attention as a shopkeeper. By the end of the story, Binya's forgiveness profoundly impacts him. He feels deep shame and remorse, leading to genuine change. He becomes more self aware, humble, and compassionate, learning to value relationships over possessions, thus transforming into a kinder, more understanding person.
It is strange to have an object that you value so highly. Have you ever had an object like that, Kyra? Anything that you really treasured, really love, the way Binya loves the umbrella? And how did it make you feel?
One example of treasuring an object like Binya treasures her umbrella could be owning a special doll I got from my parents, and I made it a real baby as if it had life in it. Just holding it gave me sense of belonging and lots of joy. It may not be valuable in monetary terms, but its emotional value makes it irreplaceable. Similarly to Binya's umbrella, this treasured object can serve as a source of pride and comfort, symbolizing meaningful memories or connections that make it special.
Oh, that's so cute. I haven't been a dolls person myself, but I can understand your attachment. Now, about the book, would you recommend The Blue Umbrella to others?
Yes, I would recommend The Blue Umbrella to others because it's a beautifully written, timeless story that offers valuable lessons in kindness, forgiveness, and personal growth. Ruskin Bond's storytelling is simple yet powerful, making it accessible for readers of all ages. The story setting in a small Himalayan village, along with its relatable characters, creates a charming and immersive experience. The book also gently explores human emotions, showing how envy and material desires can be overcome by empathy. It's a heartwarming read that leaves readers reflecting on the importance of compassion and generosity showing in everyday life.
Thank you so much for being with us today, Kyra. A poor young girl living in the mountains encounters a tourist and trades her precious lucky charm, a leopard claw necklace, for a beautiful blue umbrella. Proudly she walks through the town, showing off her new possession, clearly worth a lot of money. It is easy to see that everyone admires her, but one person in particular, the wealthiest tea shop owner in town, becomes obsessed with the umbrella. He's determined to have it, and he'll do anything to make it his. This simple and straightforward children's story teaches a timeless lesson. Greed leads to downfall, while kindness brings rewards. Its charm lies in its clear embrace of this theme. The mountain village setting adds a peaceful, uplifting atmosphere, enhancing the overall reading experience. The language is easy, and you can easily finish this book in one sitting. Although it's a children's book, it clearly depicts human behavior in a straightforward manner. The way the little girl becomes the better person by letting go of her treasured possession is a beautifully crafted, heartwarming climax. The books leading to this book are The Room on the Roof, The Angry River, and The Eyes Have It, all by Ruskin Bond, and the book to follow shall be The Magic of the Lost Temple by Sudha Murthy. Until next week, better read, read better.